Hi guys, Tiffany here with a tutorial going over how I made my shield for my Sacred Shield Charlotte cosplay from the mobile game Final Fantasy Brave Exvius. And as always, there is a blueprint to help you make your very own shield, which is available on my website www.tiffanygordoncosplay.com or see the link below. To start off, I used the half template of the shield and traced it onto 10mm EVA foam 2 times, and then cut out the pieces with a box cutter. The next step was to cut out all of the detail pieces from the blueprint, and then trace it onto each of the halves of the shield using a Sharpie. This is very important because this will help you to line up all of these pieces later on onto the shield. Then I applied contact cement glue to both of the seams of the shield, and once they were dry, attached the 2 pieces together. This will then make a very pretty arc to your shield rather than it being flat. Then, using the detail pieces again, trace this onto this time 2mm EVA foam 2 times, and cut it all out with an X-Acto knife. And when both of the pieces were all cut out, I then applied contact cement glue to the back side of each of the halves, as well as to the center seam. And once dry, attached the 2 halves together to make one very large detail piece. And then I also applied contact cement glue to the main part of the shield where we had indicated earlier where all the detail pieces were gonna go. Quick reminder, always wear a respirator when working with contact cement glue. And once both pieces were dry, I then attached them together, working from the top in the very center, slowly laying it down to the bottom, and then working from the center to the outer sides where all of the pieces would lay flat. And here's what the shield looks like so far. For the trim part of the shield, I traced it onto 6mm EVA foam, cut out with an X-Acto knife, and then applied contact cement glue to the back of the trim as well as to the edge of the shield where it was gonna go. And once both pieces were dry, slowly attached the trim to the shield. Now to clean up the edges, I went around the edges of the shield with a 2-inch sanding drum, sanding the sides flat, and then went back around all of the edges, rounding them. Now to start adding some details to the shield. I first started off by drawing with a Sharpie where all of the lines on my blueprint went to all of the 2mm foam that we laid earlier, and then went back over all of those lines, cutting slightly into the foam with an X-Acto knife, making sure not to pierce all the way through. This is a fun little technique that once you use a heat gun, all of those lines are then going to open up and leave a small little channel. And for the trim of the shield, I also went around with a Sharpie drawing on my pattern, but this trick is going to be different, and this time I ended up using the little tulip puff paint for your t-shirts, going around and doing all of my little decorative pieces. And here's what it looked like once it was dried. Now for the pointy parts of the shield. For this, I traced each of the 3 pieces onto 10mm EVA foam, and then cut out with a box cutter. And for the center detail piece in the middle, I used 2mm EVA foam. Then back to the workbench where I sanded each of them at a 45 with a sanding drum, and then drew on all of the little swirly details with a Sharpie. Next, I glued each piece together with contact cement glue again, slowly attached each of them together, and then went over all of my little detail swirly pieces with the tulip puff paint. And here's what the 3 pieces looked like once they were done. Now to attach them to the shield. For this, I first traced on the shield roughly where they were gonna go with a Sharpie, and then applied contact cement glue to the shield as well as to the back of the pointed pieces. And when all the pieces were dry, then attached them together. And here's what the shield looks like so far. Now to work on the wings. For this, I traced the entire wing shape onto 2mm EVA foam and then cut out. This is going to be the base piece that all of the larger pieces of the wings are going to attach to. I then segmented the wings into each of the individual blades and traced each piece 2 times onto 10mm EVA foam, and then cut them all out with a box cutter. I also did the same process with the bottom part of the shield wings. Next, I applied contact cement glue to each of the halves of the wings, and then when they were dry, attached the 2 halves together. And here's what the main wings look like so far, as well as the bottom part of the shield wings. The next step was to go back to the workbench and then sand each of the wing pieces with my sanding drum, making them round and look more natural-like for wings. And when all the pieces were sanded to how I wanted them, I then went back and heat treated each piece with a heat gun. Next, I applied contact cement glue to our 2mm EVA foam piece of the wings, as well as to the back of each of our wing pieces. And when all the pieces were dry, I then started to attach them together, starting off with the largest piece at the bottom, working my way up, and then proceeded with the rest of the wing pieces. There was a little bit of excess trim, so I did go around all of the edges and trimmed it with an X-Acto knife, and then went back to my workbench and sanded the 2 pieces flat together. Next, I marked where I wanted the piece to go on the shield with a Sharpie, and then again attached the 2 pieces together with contact cement glue. I repeated the same process also for the bottom sections of the wings. Now for the gem. For this, I traced the main section onto 10mm EVA foam, cut out with a box cutter, and then retraced the edge line onto that cut out piece. This will be an indication on where we're going to sand at 45. For all of the detail pieces on the gem part, I traced these onto 4mm EVA foam and cut out and also sanded all of those as well. Next, I applied contact cement glue to the shield as well as the back half of the gem, and when both the halves were dry, attached the pieces together. And here's what it looks like so far. For knowing the placement of where all of the detail pieces were gonna go, I then traced this also onto the gem part. I then applied contact cement glue to the back half of all the detail pieces as well as the gem. And for the actual gem piece, I ended up 3D modeling this in Rhino 6 and then 3D printing it on my Prusa i3 Mark 2.5 3D printer. And once the main gem was done being printed, then attached that as well as all of the detail pieces onto the shield. Now to talk about how the sword will sit behind the shield. For this, I laid my half-made sword on the back half of my shield and then traced where it was going to sit. I also indicated where my arm was going to sit underneath the sword, where I wanted my 2 handles to be. I also made tracing paper templates of the same shape of the bottom of my blade, and then cut all of these pieces onto 10mm EVA foam. And then also attached each of these pieces with contact cement glue, having 2 main holder pieces for the sword. One being the bottom tip half, as well as making a bridge-like section for the closer to the handle section. And when they were done, attach them to the shield with contact cement glue. I also added a center strip to the shield for a little bit more stability. For the handle pieces, I used CPVC pipes, which I cut to the length that I wanted, and then heat treated each of the tips with a heat gun. Once they are fully hot, you can then flatten each of the sides using a steel block. When the pipes were fully cooled down, I then ended up making these little rectangle pieces out of two 10mm EVA foam, and then cut a slit the length of the CPVC pipe and inserted it into the foam. I also ended up adding a 2mm piece of foam to the bottom half. This way, when we attach these handles to the shield, you have a larger section to glue onto the shield for extra strength for the handles. And here's what it looks like once all of the pieces are attached and your arm is holding the shield. Now that all of our pieces are attached, I then went back slightly with a very light heat treat onto all of the pieces of foam, trying to avoid where our tulip puff paint is. And there were a little bit of a seam down the very center where our detail piece was, as well as to our wings. And to fix this, I ended up using some foam clay. And this is where you first apply water to your foam and then get the foam clay and slowly lay it onto your crack. And then with a little bit of more water and your finger, smooth it out until it is even and you no longer see the crack. And here's what the shield looks like now that it's all assembled. Now to get ready for painting. For this, I ended up doing 3 heavy coats of Plastidip onto the top and the bottom part of the shield. Now for my favorite part, painting! And as always, our paint is brought to you by Createx Color, so please check out their airbrush paint. It is fantastic. And I first started off doing all of the blue sections using the Wicked Pearl Blue as well as a mix of Wicked Pearl White. I then went in on all of the larger sections in the center with a little bit more of the Wicked Pearl White and a tiny bit of the Pearl Blue, followed by going around all of the major shadowing areas with just the Wicked Pearl Blue. And here's what it looks like once the blue is dried. Next, I masked off all of the blue sections, and this took like 5 or 6 hours. It was a very long time, but totally worth it in the end. And once all of our tape was done being placed, I then went over all of our little extra blue spray off pieces with a coat of Wicked Black. This way, all of our next coat will have an even color underneath. And when the black coat of paint was dry, I then went over everything with Wicked Gold Chrome, as well as painting the backside. And for shadowing, I did a mix of the Wicked Gold Chrome with Wicked Black, spraying over all of the gold and then wiping away with paper towels. This will leave all of the black paint in the creases around all of the edges, as well as in any of the channels that we created on detail pieces. And when all of that was dry, I then masked it off and then painted the center seam using a mix of Wicked Pearl Red and Wicked Black. And for the main gem, I did a base coat of Wicked Pearl Red and then went over on the edges with Wicked Pearl White to give the gem a kind of more glowing look. And now that all of the paint is dry, it's time to remove all of the masked off areas and reveal what's underneath. And to further make this shield pop, I went back by hand with a paintbrush and the Wicked Black paint and went around all of the edges, just making it have that extra dark color just to make everything go boom. For sealing the entire shield, I used Createx Color's UVLS Clear, but just for the gem, I used their gloss, and then for the rest of their shield, I used their satin. And once that was all done and dry, the shield was complete! Thank you guys so much for watching this cosplay tutorial on how I made my Sacred Shield Charlotte's shield from the mobile game Final Fantasy Brave Exvius. And I hope you liked this tutorial, and if so, press the like button as well as subscribe to our YouTube channel, and I hope to see you for our next cosplay tutorial. Much love, guys!